It is hats off to Joan Collins. She certainly does have that star quality, even though it isn't all-American. Coming up next, a campy horror flick that will have you screaming for more, The Being. And be sure to set your timer on our VCR theater for tonight at 3 a.m. because we have a real all-American classic. I'm talking about Tom Sawyer. Tape while you sleep, watch when you want. Easy, right? Well, that's why we call the Movie Channel the perfect VCR accessory. Now stay tuned for this.
In July, as the beat grows stronger, we just keep getting better. And now there's a whole new way of looking at the Movie Channel.
How do you know that?
Only the Movie Channel offers you a different movie every night of the month at 9, 8 Central.
Speechless.
Well, there are some great new special features and blockbuster premieres.
Holy cow.
There are plenty of great movies to choose from, like Mask, starring Cher, and the true story of a single mother who struggles to create a normal life for her severely deformed son.
Good night, Mom.
Catch the premiere of Mask Saturday, July 5th. Then get ready for some comic CIA surveillance with Tom Hanks in the hilarious spy spoof The Man with One Red Shoe, Sunday, July 6th. Next, it's Pale Rider, starring Clint Eastwood.
He's our new preacher. Preacher, huh? The Lord certainly does work in mysterious ways.
You let a preacher in the Carbon Canyon? We didn't invite him.
But he had a score to settle. In the Movie Channel's premiere of Pale Rider, Saturday, July 12th.
You that crook?
He's one of today's hottest box office attractions.
You know who.
Catch him on Sunday, July 13th in the Mel Gibson double feature.
Great.
Then on Saturday, July 19th, it's the premiere of Prizzi's Honor.
That would be tremendous.
Academy Award winner Angelica Houston stars with Jack Nicholson and Kathleen Turner in John Huston's black comedy, Prizzi's Honor. And don't miss 4 other of this renowned director's classic films during John Huston Week.
5 days.
That's right, July 21st through the 24th. On Saturday, July 27th, it's the premiere of Rustler's Rhapsody, part of the Movie Channel's Comic Westerns Marathon.
Well, do your best.
And this is just the beginning. More movies, behind-the-scenes looks, and special features every week. The Movie Channel's on the move in July.
Hi there. You know, while most of us are busy buying tickets to this summer's crop of new movies, Hollywood already has summer 1987 on the drawing boards, and in some cases already in production. Hollywood is already planning how to tempt us into buying tickets 12 months from now. In some cases, the ink is barely dry on the contracts. In other cases, the deals have yet to be finalized. But here is a sampling of what could be playing at our local Cineplexes and Roxy's if some present plans stay on track. For instance, TriStar is already planning to have a Rambo 3 ready for release on July 4th, 1987. And sequel mania is not going to stop there, not at all. Paramount has Beverly Hills Cop 2 on their agenda, again with Eddie Murphy, of course, on and off Rodeo Drive. There will also be a Fletch 2 from Universal, starring Chevy Chase, recreating the role that turned out to be a big audience pleaser in the summer of 1985. And James Bond will be returning once again for United Artists, once again courtesy of producer Cubby Broccoli, but without Roger Moore or Sean Connery. This time there's going to be a new 007, and the title of the movie will be The Living Daylights. One of the perennial contestants in the summer movie sweepstakes has always been Steven Spielberg, of course, but in case you hadn't noticed, Spielberg doesn't have a single picture in theaters this summer. He has, in fact, taken the past 6 months off, spending most of his time being Papa Spielberg instead of Director Spielberg. His next project for Universal is supposed to be overseeing an animated feature called An American Tail, and that's spelled T-A-I-L, not T-A-L-E. That is a definite possibility for next summer. One of the trends that's already shaping up for summer 1987 is movies based on classic comic strips and old television series. Paramount, for instance, plans to make a film version of TV's old hit, The Untouchables, this time with Kevin Costner of Silverado playing Elliot Ness. At Universal, Robert Zemeckis, who directed Back to the Future, will do a new movie based on The Shadow. And there's even talk of a new Dragnet movie from Universal. This one to star, of all people, Dan Aykroyd. At least you think there is no originality left in the brains of today's movie makers. Jack Nicholson stars in The Witches of Eastwick, based on John Updike's bestseller. It's filming in Rhode Island right now, and already the subject of some controversy. Local officials there wanted to ban the filming because of the religious and sexual content. In the movie, Jack Nicholson plays the devil. And one of the long-awaited openings for summer 1987 will be Stanley Kubrick's Vietnam drama Full Metal Jacket, Kubrick's first movie in 7 years, since The Shining back in 1980. Full Metal Jacket, as a matter of fact, went into production over 2 years ago and was originally to have starred Anthony Michael Hall of 16 Candles and the new Saturday Night Live team. But shortly before filming actually began, Hall was out and Matthew Modine was in. Also on the drawing boards, maybe for summer 1987, maybe for Christmas '87, is Nuts, based on the Broadway drama about a woman facing a court hearing to determine whether or not her sanity is intact. It's very dramatic stuff, very Academy Award-ish material. And the star of Nuts will be Barbra Streisand, under the direction of Martin Ritt. Ritt, who directed Patricia Neal into her Academy Award for HUD in 1963, and directed Sally Field into her Oscar for Norma Ray in 1979. One thing that has been driving everybody on nuts this summer is finding a leading man for the project. First, it was to have been Richard Dreyfuss. Then there was some talk that Dustin Hoffman would be signing in. Recently, Marlon Brando is reading the script. And if even half these projects finally see the light of day, we are going to have a few treats in store. But in Hollywood, no one ever promises more than a definite maybe anymore. No one ever knows when a project is going to get scratched or a studio sold out from under a screenplay, upsetting even the best laid plans. Only two things are really for sure. Plans for 1987 summer movies are already well underway, and Hollywood will figure some way to separate us from some of the money in our pockets. I'm Robert Osborne for The Heart of Hollywood.
Hi, I'm Ron Silver. Watch for me on the Movie Channel.
Stay tuned as the Movie Channel, The Heart of Hollywood, presents a music video from a current major motion picture.